Rich. Across the U.S., more than 6,000 people have now died from coronavirus. Here's a look at the map and where the cases are. New York has the highest number of cases right now. Florida, which now ranks 6th in the number of cases, joins more than 30 other states today issuing a stay-at-home order. Washington state has the 10th highest number of cases. There are now 6,500 cases in Washington, up more than 500 from Wednesday. Of those, 262 people have died, about 4%. And it's important to note that nearly 80,000 people have tested negative for the virus. Governor Inslee is extending his stay home, stay healthy order to May 4th. And while he says our efforts to flatten the curve appear to be slowly working, it's not enough. Businesses will need to remain closed for at least another month, and people will be required to stay at home. Governor Inslee acknowledges there will be long-term economic impacts with this decision, but it's a decision he's calling morally necessary.
I know that we need to think about all of the ramifications of this order. They are a heavy weight on all of us, including myself.
The mandate has affected thousands across Washington state. According to the latest state report, there were more than 20,000 unemployment claims filed in the last week, more than 40,000 the week before. We're going to hear how small businesses are being affected by this order coming up in our next half hour.
Mimi, the Washington National Guard is jumping into action today to help local food banks prepare to feed families who've been affected by the coronavirus. King 5's Kira Alfallen live in Lakewood this morning for us, where the National Guard is jumping in and the governor's paying a visit today. Right, Kira?
Yeah, good morning. So we've also seen some soldiers here, already seen some soldiers here from the National Guard arrive here in Lakewood at this facility. This is the Nourish Pierce County warehouse where they are going to be preparing meals for delivery today. And Governor Jay Inslee is expected to be here at 8:30. He will be here in support as they get those meals to the families who could really use this right now. So we do want to show you some pictures. The Washington National Guard has already been busy at facilities in Issaquah, Edgewood, and Wenatchee. These are some of the food banks that are providing critical support to families impacted by this pandemic in King, Pierce, and Chelan counties. Guardsmen will also be sent to Franklin and Walla Walla counties in eastern Washington to help out there too. These pictures were posted yesterday on the Washington National Guard Facebook page, just flooded with comments of gratitude and thanking these soldiers for their efforts. So the same type of thing is going to be happening here this morning at the facility here in Lakewood. Again, the governor is expected to be here. These soldiers are really just going to be filling a critical staffing shortage right now as the need for food and meals across the state and across the area here just continues to grow. For now, I'm live here in Lakewood. Kira Alfallen, King 5 News.
Thank you, Kira. King County now plans to move hundreds of homeless people from shelters into a local hotel to try to slow the spread of coronavirus. The county will now move about 400 homeless people currently staying in shelters to one of 3 hotels, one in downtown Bellevue, one near SeaTac Airport, and one in Renton. The hotels will not be open to other guests.
Life Care Center in Kirkland, where 37 people died of coronavirus, is now facing fines and could lose its Medicare contract. This comes after a federal investigation that claims patients and staff were put in immediate jeopardy. King 5's Sebastian Robertson tells us what's next.
That's Russ Rapp in the distance. He's loading his late mother's personal belongings into his pickup truck. Loretta Rapp was a patient at Life Care Center of Kirkland, and according to her family, she contracted the coronavirus and died.
It's tough that she spent the last days in isolation at Providence. Couldn't even see her or anything, so that was tough.
A long-term care facility caught in the middle of a pandemic that now the federal government is saying didn't do enough to stop the spread of the virus. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the state's Department of Social and Health Services releasing its findings of a survey conducted on March 16th, claiming in a report that there was, quote, no evidence the facility recognized all possible systemic risks and concerns, adding the facility failed to quickly identify and manage sick residents, saying they continued to admit new patients as recently as February, quote, placing these residents at risk for infection and death. Rapp's mother was one of those patients.
The last thing I told her was, chins up. I'll bring your laundry back as soon as possible. And that's the last I had to say to her. I didn't know, What are you going to do?
The Life Care Center is still operating. They have until September to make the necessary changes, or they could be fined as much as $600,000 and lose both Medicare and Medicaid funding.
Since she passed, I've kind of closed the door on all this stuff here.
The end of Rap's story. But for the Life Care Center, their story continues to evolve. We did hear from the Life Centers of Kirkland. They say that they're working closely with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, and that they've even made some of the requested changes, but say they do plan to appeal other findings. They wouldn't go into specifics and say they won't be publicly. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
Nationwide, more than 400 nursing homes have patients with coronavirus. At Manhattan's Mary Manning Walsh home, more than 200 residents are infected. The American Health Care Association says it will not encourage people to move their loved ones, but some families are choosing to do that anyway.
It just seems intuitive that the chance of the virus getting in is vastly lower here.
John Barras decided to bring his 85-year-old mother home. She had been living in an assisted living center, but is now at home with him, who's hired a health aide. He started a Facebook group to help other families facing similar decisions. Jake?
Also happening today, loans to keep paychecks flowing at small businesses will start, and the White House has new guidance for anyone living near a hot zone. Tracy Potts has the latest from Washington.
Overnight, we learned that in the next few days, the White House will follow California and New York City and issue new guidance to Americans in coronavirus hotspots. Cover your face, wear a mask.
But don't get a false sense of security that that mask is protecting you exclusively from getting infected.
This as Washington begins to offer $350 billion in small business loans today.
These loans are up to 100% forgivable as long as employers keep paying their workers. Got to take care of your workers.
Workers filed a record 10 million jobless claims in the last 2 weeks. Healthcare workers still on the job are stressed.
This is too much. I don't know how much longer I could do this.
Protective gear and equipment in some places nearly gone.
I need gowns and I need face shields, and I needed them a week ago.
We have about 6 days of ventilators in our stockpile.
President Trump is skeptical.
Hospitals have 3 ventilators, big hospitals, and they get by with it. And now they want thousands. I mean, they want thousands of ventilators. You call up a governor and they'll say, sir, could you send us 40,000 ventilators? Nobody has ever heard of a thing like this.
Direct payments to hospitals also start today to cover the cost of treating the uninsured. And Democrats are pushing the president to use the Defense Production Act to force more companies to produce protective gear. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
The city of Wuhan, China, the original epicenter of the outbreak, is looking to get back to work as the number of cases drop. They're now leaning on volunteers to help too. The biggest nonprofit civil organization in China is now focusing on disinfecting places like hospitals and schools. Wuhan has started to relax the lockdown restrictions as well and will allow people to leave the city by April 8th. Drones could soon help beat the coronavirus in some parts of Australia. An Australian company did a test run using drones to spray a kind of fake disinfectant as a test over sealed off public gym equipment. The drones also have little speakers, they say, can be used for crowd control. Australia has more than 5,300 cases of the virus and has 28 confirmed deaths. Mimi?
Starting Monday, Pierce Transit will be moving to modified Sunday service level until further notice. They say this week's ridership is down 64% compared to this time last year. As for the reduced schedule, so Sundays and Saturdays, they will be on the Sunday schedule, and during the week there will be a modified Sunday schedule. You can check out the schedule posted on Pierce Transit's website.